Good morning, everyone. Here we are back on Monday with the usual suspects. Hey, good boy. Everybody's been playing at the river, even though it's a little bit cooler today. They don't seem to take note of those things. It's still river weather in their minds. Hey, some stick chewing going on with Ruby and Layla. Oh, this is one of their favorite games. This is what they want to do most walks. And this is how they get along actually really well. They don't offend each other, or, you know, nobody really gets upset. They kind of give and share equally. Hey. Although they are maturing, all three of them. So their dynamic does change a little bit as time goes on. Where they were really just happy to chase and wrestle with each other. And now they involve toys, they involve telling each other off. Definitely discovering that they have their own wants and needs and preferences, and learning to speak their voices regarding those things. But nothing major, as you see, and it's usually a little bit of noise, and if I have to, I step in. Usually the one making the noise is not the one having the issue. It's usually the one who's asking for more space. So typically I just watch the situation and go from there on what is the easiest path, because sometimes it means the dog that's having the complaining is just too hyper and trying to be calmed down, but that's not the case with these two. It's more that Poppy just wants things to be like they were and have Ruby all to herself, and Ruby is growing up. She wants to have different friends and not necessarily just wrestle and play. She likes to have a little bit more going on. Hello, Mr. Harrison. How you doing, kid? And Harrison is much too mature to play with these guys anymore. He would much rather play with Kipton, who he was zooming around with this morning. And aside from the babies, I've got the older dogs who are just, you know, sensible, keeping the energy balanced, just doing their own thing. Hey, Jack. As it gets nicer and nicer, the parks are getting busier and busier. We're seeing more people all the time. So that is going to make it a challenge to keep doing videos on the regular. But the biggest challenge I noticed so far is that I really ran out of steam after Wednesday. So I think I'm going to plan to have videos out on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And if anything happens on Thursday and Friday, it'll probably just be a bonus. It's just taking this view though. I love the sound of the river. What a relaxing way to start the day, hey guys? Ruby. Hi, Layla. Layla. Hello, sweet girls. Hi, good morning. Good morning, Poppy. These two still wrestle and play the way that Poppy wants. She gets a little frustrated though, because Layla is quite a bit bigger than her. And she didn't used to be. Layla was definitely smaller than Poppy when she started walking. So Poppy's having a hard time adjusting to the dynamic. So you see a lot of this, and this is what gets her yelled at by Ruby. Layla is just more chill because it doesn't hurt her. She's willing to think things through. Whereas Ruby is just over it. She doesn't want to think it through anymore. She just wants it to be done when she says, let's be done. And then you see there's a lot of back and forth, where Poppy really comes off second best, just based on size. Yeah. And it looks more vicious than it is. If they were hurt, they would be getting loud and offended, and they would be going very, very vertical. So I'm just gonna keep moving and give them that space to put a break in for themselves, which they did. And then there's Ruby, feeling left out, but doesn't want to play that way. And this is something Ruby is working on learning. is that just because she's feeling left out doesn't mean that she actually wants what she thinks she's missing out on. But that's puppy logic, and they're learning, and this is how they decide what they like. Ella, thank you. Let's go. Ella's not allowed to eat things, so try and keep an eye on that. Oop, hey, girls. Thank you. So usually I will interrupt play if it becomes kind of sketchy for me, which is, you know, this area is definitely narrow, and they don't need to be running around right in this area, but they always choose to. They really get excited by all the options over here. Good girl. Go on. Yeah, good girls. Jeez. That's always the way. Does not matter how uneven or precarious. Ruby, you might as well stay out, love. Yeah, they'll play on any surface. Yeah, and there goes Ruby. She got what she wanted. She got Poppy's attention. Oh, look at Hare. Go get him, Hare. Harrison is feeling it this morning. Get him, Hare. Oh, get those girls, Hare. Go get them. Go get them girls. Welcome back, Lily. Lily was just on the top sniffing, and she's very tolerant when Harrison decides that she needs to play with them. I'm not sure that she would start it necessarily, but she's pretty cool about it if Harrison does. Hey, Miss Ella. Some more communal stick chewing. And there's Jack. He prefers the back where it's peaceful and no puppies are crashing into him. There we go. Yeah. The solution is always just make the one big stick smaller. And then they can have multiple sticks. And then there's no stick. Oh, or Layla just steals them all. Oh yeah, the only problem with being the one that steals the sticks is that you are the one who has the sticks. And the puppies especially usually are more determined, so she got away pretty lucky that time. But yeah, now she has the concern of who has my stick. It's very simple things that we focus on here in dog walking. But that's what makes it so good. Hey, none of this is all that hard. But it does require focus. It does require paying attention. And it does require understanding what you're seeing. Ella, no thank you. Good girl. He's a good girl. And just keeping an eye on who needs watching. Ella, no thank you. Good girl. Well, we are at that magical halfway mark where we're going to move away from the water and start letting these guys get dry. Come on, Lola. Come on, Lola. Good girl. Well, I hope you all get a chance to get outside. And if you have a dog, make sure your dog goes with you. It's just so much better when they're with you. We're going to get back to it and finish up our walk, and we will talk to you later. Good boy. Good job, Kippy.